When the Minnesota Vikings hired head coach Mike Zimmer in 2014, we love the old school defensive-minded toughness that he brought, like throwbacks to Bud Grant. He's basically Clint Eastwood. Well, do you feel lucky, Sharif Floyd? And then he called he called plays, and we figured eventually, like, he's a great defensive coordinator, he's a great defensive play caller. Eventually, he will figure out the nuances of being an NFL head coach, where you have to be a head coach of the entire team. Game management, clock management, end of game scenarios, that all does matter, and you need someone at the helm of the ship. But head into year 7. Can you really say that he's improved in any of those main categories, like the main things that go into being a head coach and managing a game properly on game day? Or is he still the defense coordinator with the challenge flag, which he really likes to throw out there, apparently? Bah. All right, so Zimmer's clock management versus the Titans is the number one reason why the Vikings lost on Sunday. Absolutely facts. And the terrible challenge that cost a timeout, the decision to go for 2 with 11 minutes left, the handling of the end of the game, that's all on Zimmer. It is. And Zimmer, it's come to this point. He needs to finally hand off defensive play calling duties. He needs to, right? Handing it off to Andre Patterson or Adam Zimmer. You have regional defensive coordinators. Pick one. Or have them alternate. I don't care. Just do a timeshare. Just take the play calling sheet out of Mike Zimmer's hands. And yeah, we love Zimmer's play calling when it worked, but things change. They do. Like, I used to get a cookie for when I poop my pants, but now when I do it, I just get dirty looks at Arby's. It's not great. And he has to free up that entire bandwidth on game day and be the coach of the entire team, not just the defense. And yeah, you look at the offense, where we've talked about Zimmer through his entire Vikings tenure has always wanted just that head coach of the offense. You look at Norv, you look at Shermer, you look at JDF, you look at Stefanski, and now you look at Kubiak, because he never wants to deal with that. You have to deal with it. You're the coach of the entire football team, not just the defense. And also, a defensive play calling head coach is by far tougher than calling offensive plays. We talked about. That's why you see head coaches like Sean Payton, 12-year-old boy, Andy Reid calling offensive plays. But defense, you don't see it. Like, because offense, you make your game plan throughout the week, and then you impose your will, and then the defense reacts to you. Defense, it's much more about in-game adjustments and catering your plan to what the offense is doing at that time, and that takes up a lot of bandwidth on game day. It does. Because Zimmer and Broncos head coach Vic Fangio are the only NFL head coaches who routinely call defensive plays. Now, Brian Flores, Ron Rivera will eventually get in there a time or two, as well as, Mike Vrabel had to call defensive plays on Sunday because his play caller had the Rona. Yeah. But guess what? Zimmer and Fangio, both horrible at clock management. I mean, the Broncos lost week 1 against the Titans because of it. The Vikings lost week 3 against the Titans because of, holy crap. Titans have just amazingly benefited from head coaches that are terrible at game management. Just weird, right? And also, like, when the Vikings are on offense, don't you think that Zimmer slightly thinking about the defense, whether actively, if he's chatting with Adam Zimmer, Andre Patterson, well, what are we going to do in the next drive after we punt? Or just in the back of his mind, like, even when Kirk Cousins is out there operating, Gary Kubiak's calling up plays, Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson doing big-time things, he's just thinking like, well, what do we do after we punt? Huh? When he should be focusing on the offense, you know, the part of the team that you're also responsible for. Yeah, that. And is it just narcissism at this point? Like, this is my defense, this is my scheme, I call the plays, it's my way or the highway. You respect it to a degree, but at a certain point, it's to the detriment of the team. And again, you have 2 more than capable defensive coordinators, Patterson, Adam Zimmer the younger, and also, let's be honest, your play calling's kind of sucked. Through 3 weeks, the Vikings are 31st in the league in points allowed, 30th in yards allowed. Your play calling, it's been straight booty. It's been straight cheeks. It's not been good. So, and also, when that happens, like, you see a team where a head coach doesn't call plays, and then one side of the ball, all of a sudden, the offensive play calling, it sucks, and say the head coach has an offensive background, it was like, oh, I guess we'll just take over calling plays. It happens. Change is needed. And even if you're the one calling plays, change is needed. He needs to take ownership of the situation, show some true leadership, and pass off play calling duties so he can focus on being a head coach. And it is hard to multitask. It is. It's like why you turn off the radio when you're trying to park. Everyone does this, by the way. And also, well, 90% of people do this, and then 10% of people lie. Because parking, it's like being a competent head coach who can manage a football game and be the head coach of the entire team. Calling defensive plays is like listening to Coldplay. So Zimmer needs to turn off the Viva La Vida and pass off the yellow to Adam Zimmer or pass off the speed of sound to Andre Patterson. I will try to fix this. That's what I want to hear from Zimmer right now. Right meow, but probably won't happen. It's whatever at this point. Yeah. All right, so your thoughts. Mike Zimmer needs to stop calling plays. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.